Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Court of Swords. Adam, I'm going to jump right into it. How long did you wait, or how cold did you get your Soylent before you drank it? Because I got some earlier, and I put it in the fridge, and I want to know because I'm hungry.
I don't know. How long does it take for like milk to get cold? Because it's pretty much the same consistency. I'd leave it in there. Your fridge is fucking freezing, so like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Halfway through the show.
Halfway through the
show, I'm going to go get it. We're going to go get it.
Yeah. You're going to do a halfway through the show Soylent review.
We're going to do a live taste.
All right.
We don't have. I ran out of bottled water, and I didn't want to drink from the tap, so now I'm drinking the best damn root beer, which is actually alcoholic. So great.
I ran out of water, so I guess it's on to gin.
Yeah, because I didn't want to drink from the tap because I've been cleaning. I took apart that whole fucking stovetop, Adam. And Max, you've seen that as well.
Yeah.
And it turns out the previous owners never cleaned that ever. Because I've never used it, and it's real fucking grimy. Like, it's one of the fucking dirtiest things I've ever had to clean, and I'm still in the process of it. I've had things like soaking in ammonia bags for the past 2 days, and just a fucking nightmare. All right, I went full throttle on this fucking kitchen, and it's putting me to work.
That's the thing, though, is like if you just move in, you can't just assume that everything is cleaned. Like, that's not always the case, especially stuff like stoves.
Yeah, it's pretty. And I don't know why I'm cleaning it, because I'll probably use it once and then be like, that was fun. And then I'll put it away.
I don't think you'll use it. Other people will use it.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe. I mean, they would have used it this past weekend, but we didn't have like pots and pans and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's what I've been up to the past. That and waking up every morning and having a mad scramble trying to get the capture card to work. And then 20 minutes before the show, it always works. So it's great. It's a lot. It's fun stress.
In the group chat, I'm like, fuck. Oh, wait, never mind. We're good.
Yeah, it's fun stress to wake up to every single fucking morning. And I have no fucking idea why it happens.
I have power. So that's good.
That's a win. That's a win.
That pissed me the fuck off. I was like, let's do this. Let's go. We're going to find out what happens. Clicking switches, trying to make coffee. Like,
yeah. Whenever the power goes out, I realize how much I rely on power every day.
Only then you
everything
realize,
I do is
like,
power.
okay, well, I'll just make some coffee.
Nope.
Okay, I'll go on the.
You start looking at the battery meter on your phone, like, oh god, it'll never go up again.
Yeah, power's pretty useful. It turns out. Who knew? Who knew?
Especially what we do.
Yeah, Adam, what have you been up to the past week?
Well,
yeah, I guess past week. It's been a week.
I've been working on a little show called Balance of Power.
That's true.
So that was fun. Pretty much just that. Like, that took up most of the week, either prep for it or travel or doing the actual thing. Yeah, I guess I played a little Warcraft as well, but I'm way behind, so I got all this roleplay shit to do.
Yeah.
Balance Power was really fun. I went back and I watched it's a real different experience doing a show like that live without having like chat in front of you and like you're just sitting around the table playing the game. So I went back and I watched some of the VODs and stuff and like it's pretty funny. That's pretty entertaining. We did a good job. There's some funny shit in there.
Chat seemed to laugh a lot during the show, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I finally got the VODs up for that. That's why those have started to begun being posted over on YouTube. So also the main file for that was like 17 gigs or something. And so the files that I'm rendering out are like 7 gigs or some fucking shit each. And so uploading all those is proving quite troublesome when you have like 20 up. Like just the worst fucking upload. I miss my Plano fiber where it could like upload 20 gigs in an hour. It was so fucking nice.
What's the progress on the old Google Fiber in Yon Americas?
I don't know.
Whatever happened with that? I thought it was going to be like all over the place by now.
I think they like a month. I haven't kept up with it. I think like a month or two ago they put in the first fiber hut. And then all these old people are like, why are you messing with our park? Like this fucking little park in this neighborhood where they had to put the fiber hut. It was construction. And so the park was shut down for 2 days. And they were pissed off because they couldn't fucking feed their birds.
You know what's great about
Bible, thing.
What's great about the internet is you can look at pictures of birds on the internet and download them real fast. So
true.
fuck that part.
Interact with a live camera.
That's right.
See,
I can watch
yeah.
YouTube
the
videos
creation of new
about
birds
parks.
and mess with it and zoom in.
See,
Yeah.
who needs real life?
Suck
I
on
don't
that,
know.
old people. Just kidding.
It's only a matter of time because as soon as they kind of get started, Time Warner will be like, well, I guess we're going to go and flip this switch. And then everyone's going to get like really good internet in San Antonio. But until then, I'm stuck with like 320 down 320 down and 20 up. When literally they could just match that if they weren't fucking shitlords. Like it's not like they just run out of upload speed in the fucking internet.
It's funny when a competitor moves in suddenly. Oh, we can give you more upload now.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Yeah.
not fucking
Yeah.
shitlords.
Oh,
Vancouver
We
said
found all
that
this
too.
upload and we're gonna give it to you. Imagine that. We're such
Having
nice
that exact
people.
same problem. The one of the big internet providers here is upgrading to fiber, and they've been sending all these letters like, we're going to be doing work in your neighborhood, upgrading to fiber. And then their main competitor was like, yeah, we have this new deal. It's the internet suddenly faster and cheaper, but you have to sign up for 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do
It's
that.
like,
They
yeah,
put
the
context.
2 years in which this new thing will be available, you jerks.
Yeah. A lot of places too. Someone in chat even mentioned it that Google Fiber is getting a lot of like legal resistance from people like AT&T and Time Warner and places that they're moving into. So it's just a fucking goddamn it, ISPs. Stop being so fucking awful.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Word.
give people good internet and we'll give you money for it, and then that's the deal. It's over. That's all you gotta do.
I always
That's
get so upset when I hear about like people in Europe, places in Europe that pay like dirt cheap for their
Oh,
internet
yeah.
and like, fucking god tier speeds. And I'm like, yeah, we're great.
Yeah, yeah,
Doing good.
yeah. Anytime someone that's from Sweden talks, they just have like the best fucking internet for like, yeah, we actually get the government just gives this to us.
They just give us this internet. I'm like,
They've got so much
just-
internet.
Just have it lying around in Sweden, I guess. You just find internets all over the street.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hear people from Australia and be like, we just got the internet yesterday. Like yesterday is when it was invented in Australia. So we're still catching up with speeds. We'll be there soon. We'll see you guys. This message will actually reach you in 3 years with how fast our internet is.
The VODs from this stream originated well over 1,000 years ago.
Yeah,
gotten
exactly.
a little better. Like you can find pretty decent internet for if you're in like Sydney or something like that, like in one of the larger cities in Australia apparently. But yeah, I mean anywhere else, you're hard pressed to find anything that's like decent enough to stream properly.
Yeah. Yep. Mr. DansGaming, what have you been up to?
It's been kind of a slow week because like nothing's been coming out for the last week for me. Like no new games. So one game did come out was NBA 2K17.
We were talking about that Tuesday.
Yeah.
How did you finish the campaign?
I played a good few hours of the campaign mode, and it was all right. It was what you would expect. You start as a high school student, and you work your way up with your career to get drafted, and the pros. It was entertaining. The acting was kind of iffy, but that's what I expected from it. It was surprisingly fun. I don't really play sports games, even sports ball game at all, even really.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Did you make yourself in game?
That was my question.
They have an app where you can download it and scan your face.
Oh God! Tell me how good that worked.
Do it.
I didn't get to do it because I couldn't figure out my PlayStation password, so I didn't do that. So I just made my
Aw.
best I could in the editor. But yeah, it was surprisingly fun. But today I played this really fun game. I don't know if you played it, called Zombie Night Terror.
No, what is that?
It's a lot like Lemmings, where you could give these zombies commands, and you have to take over each of the maps. You start as either a small group of zombies or a single zombie, and you have to spread your zombie plague. People are attacking your zombies. If they all die, you lose. It's a pretty fun little game.
That's on Windows?
It's on Steam.
Steam, yeah. I'm looking at it right now. It's kind of like a pixelated like side scroller.
Yeah, it's got like a retro-y pixely graphic art, but it's surprisingly a lot of fun. It's like a puzzle game.
Huh.
Got very positive overall and recent reviews.
Yeah, I'm looking through horror games right now, and I saw that yesterday, and I was like, that looks like fun. I played it today, and it was fun.
Have you? I know you're not a fan of racing games, right?
The only one I like is Forza Horizon, because it's not
You
like
should
a
try
traditional-
Forza. You should try Forza Horizon 3. It's pretty good.
That's what I hear.
I did a race last night with the fucking music from Mad Max and a goddamn three-wheeler car that when I would take a turn, it would topple over. It was the car that like Mr. Bean drove, I think. If you ever watched that show. and it only goes like 80 miles an hour, and it was one of the funniest things I've done in a long time. It's a lot of fun.
I saw you playing doing Forza and stuff. Was that just because you wanted to try it, or was it like a thing?
No, I've always enjoyed the Forza Horizon games. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. I think I have Forza Horizon 2. I think I barely played it. I wanted to get more into it because that's the one where it's a little more free roam and like less intense.
It's more arcadey. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'll pick it up.
It's good.
I'll play it.
The only way to play right now, because it comes out officially on Tuesday, but the only way to play right now is you got to do a $100 buy-in on PC. You play it on PC, not Xbox One as well. That's why I like it so much. Because I'm getting like 60 FPS at 1440p, and like the game.
That sounds awesome.
Game looks fucking flawless. Yeah, and that's why I've never played the other ones too long, because it's like you got to turn on the Xbox, you got to load into the fucking game. Here, I just like go to Windows, hit start, and it's there. Like we're going, which is fantastic.
I might do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I haven't messed around too much with the online stuff yet. I've just been... They do some cool stuff with... Like, in other Forza games, as you do the campaign and progress forward, you would start doing races that kind of felt samey. Like, that just the developers would create, and like... A race is a race, right? They have this stuff called blueprint races, which kind of... I'm towards, I'd say, the middle to end of the campaign, or probably the middle is a better estimate. And the blueprint races are people go to these blueprint things, markers around the map, and they literally just make a race or make something that you have to accomplish. So it's like hit like 213 miles an hour at this speed trap on this side of the map in a minute 45. And then like once they complete it, then that's their blueprint, and you can choose that. You like see that in the blueprint race. So it's kind of like Mario Maker type shit in Forza, which is a lot of fun.
That was like a game that I think was kind of the predecessor to Forza Horizon before it came out, was Test Drive Unlimited. It was real wonky, like the driving on it. But that shit was really fun because it was massive, and you could just like cruise around with people. And
that's pretty much the same.
Yeah, you could do like point races and stuff too, where you like set like we're gonna race to this point, and you could set that to be like, okay, all the way up the coast and then inland here, and we end there. Let's go, and then you're cruising with your buds.
Yep, you can do pretty much that.
Like that kind of gameplay. So,
yeah, and there's like, I think there's like 385 cars or some shit like that. So there's a ton of cars, and it's not just like the best cars in the fucking world. They have like the dumbest, like that car that I was driving last night, the dumbest fucking car in the world. I have a little like, I don't even know what the name of the car is, but it's basically
Robin.
That was the car I was driving. Yeah, the other car.
That one I'm familiar with from Top Gear because that was always a joke.
Yes.
Crazy.
That's what it is. You can't turn. Yeah. So you get going like 90 miles an hour, and then you literally have to come to a stop, go like that, and then start back
and then it just goes. It's famous for being horribly bad.
Yes, it's a mess of a car. And then the other one I was driving, it's about the same size as the Reliant, maybe a little bit tinier, but someone made the Powerpuff Girls wrap for it, and so I was using that and just driving around. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that. With classical music blaring like Flight of the Bumblebee and shit like that. It was great. It's fantastic. The music in that game, another thing for me is Forza Horizon's always had really good music, and they nailed the soundtrack again. You can also use, I don't use it because I just got Windows 10. You have to pay for it. It's called like Groove Music or something like that, which is a Windows 10 subscription that you can sign up for. I don't know. It's supposed to be like Spotify or those type services, but inside of Windows 10. So if you have that, or you want to start a 14-day trial, which they specifically say in game, sign up for a 14-day trial by clicking this button and filling out this information, which is real fucking weird to see. Then you can have access to like all those songs in game, which is cool because I guess they don't have to license those out. They just license them through the program. So it's weird, but Danny should maybe check it out. Same to you and that. If you guys like racing games in any facility, you should definitely check it out. There's not really like what comes out next. Is next week a big week, Dan?
The end of this month was going to be Final Fantasy, but it got delayed.
That was going to be next Friday. Yeah.
Something comes out next week. I can't remember what it is. Must not be important as I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think most stuff is like middle of October.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks, Mafia 3 comes out.
Mafia 3, yeah.
So are you going to play Mafia 3 during Horror Month?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my 6th year of doing it, so in order to prevent myself from getting burnout and not having to miss out on new releases, I'm taking Tuesdays and Fridays off from horror and playing new releases on Tuesdays and Fridays. So that's be my break between horror games.
That works out. Wait, you're gonna miss the first 2 days of Horror Month because you're at TwitchCon, aren't you?
That is something I'm currently figuring out, but I gotta figure out some way to stream
somewhere.
Somehow.
I mean,
There's got to be a booth somewhere at TwitchCon where you can be like, "Can I just commandeer a computer real quick?"
well, I guess technically you could just like start the VODs when you leave.
Yeah, that's like if that might be what I have to do is just play recordings for the first 2 days. I don't know. We'll see.
It'd be funny if you just like feigned like you see chat, like ha ha ha. Can we get some in the chat?
That was another idea. Was
Thanks, guys.
live broadcast.
Randomly responding.
Yeah, guys, that is really funny. Oh,
That
look
thing
at that
you
meme.
said.
Look at the meme with the status typed.
Hey, a follower or subscriber, welcome or welcome back. Whatever.
Well, we'll be eagerly. I forgot all about Horror Month until I saw you planning it the other day on stream. So another big month for you, I'm sure. We'll all be watching most likely. Max, what have you been up to, sir?
I played the second episode of Batman. The Telltale
on
game.
PC?
I did play it on PC. I saw you had issues with that. It was
Yeah, I'll load it up right now and show you. I still can't play it.
Mine was fine.
Everyone on Earth is allowed to play it on PC, but not you, JP.
I saw you tweet
Not
that. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna load it up right now and show you that I can't play it.
Because I played it the day after it came out, or the day of it coming out. But some people were playing it, like midnight or whatever. But yeah, I played that and it was totally fine.
Are you liking the non-canon story that they're going with it?
I am liking that. I think that was a good route because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. That's one of the things that got me kind of bored with Game of Thrones is like, well, I know this character is not gonna die because you're a main character and you can't fuck with the real story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is like they're just going off the rails. Like, well, how about that? like, okay, I didn't know that. So. It's a different, alternate universe. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. But
we're getting some good FPS now. They must have patched this, so I get 20 FPS. It's a great patch.
I noticed that too in the menu. Like, is it weird? And like your cursor and stuff is a little. In the game, it's fine, but like in the menu, for whatever reason, for me, it was kind
of. Look, Max! Look what's coming. Wait, I gotta go over here. Look what's coming soon, Max. Episode 2. It's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, coming out soon. Thank you.
You might want to uninstall and reinstall. I don't know what the hell
I've done it. I've uninstalled and reinstalled 3 times.
Trying a different PC. That's weird.
That is weird.
It's not for people in Texas.
On the forums, a lot of people are talking about them having the same issue, and like they haven't said anything.
Let me tell you, JP, it's a good episode. So when you get to play it,
yeah, I'm gonna go read the discussions right now, see if there's a fix for it.
Yeah, some stuff goes down. It's pretty cool. But played that, and then what was the other thing I played? Oh, there's another game that I just tried out off of a recommendation of a viewer on Twitter. They mentioned a game called Disc Jam, which is pretty fucking cool, and I definitely encourage you to check it out right now on Steam. Just type in Disc Jam. It's like an early alpha game. You can get access to it. They have like a website, discjam.com, not sponsored, but discjam.com, discjamgame, I think, .com, and you can like sign up, get an alpha key like right away, and they do play tests every Thursday. We might do some of it on FW Friday later today, but super fun.
It's the game from Tron.
It's like, yeah, it's basically the game from Tron. It's like crazy Tron tennis, where it's like a disc that's like floating and hovering and stuff. You throw it back and forth between, a net, and you can curve it and get power ups, and it's fucking crazy, man.
Huh.
There's a lot of mind games and like, positioning and stuff in there. It's super simple. Kind of remind me of like Rocket League, just that sort of little addiction where it's really easy to get, and it's kind of interesting to watch, especially when you get a good volley back and forth. Because if you do a perfect throw like 3 times in a row, you get like juiced up, and your guy starts throwing it faster and faster, and it starts glowing more and more. So it's super nuts. But they're just a small little indie dev, and they were super, super cool. They were watching the stream and stuff.
Does it look like Tron?
Sort of. I mean, it's not all like blatantly Tron. Like, it's basically just kind of like a future arena thingy.
It's a completely legally distinct entity from Tron.
I mean, literally, if you just type in Disc Jam, you'll see some videos on it. It's really, really cool. I played it last night. Meant to play it for like about an hour before jumping into some H1, and then ended up playing it for like 2.5 hours. So super cool. But that's mainly what I've been up to. And then just playing on the new map for H1Z1, trying to get that invitational prep.
Yeah, that's it. Is that going to be on the main stage again?
I believe so. I think so.
Okay.
I think they're having where the players are actually like playing. I think that's actually happening in a more like enclosed, in an enclosed like area. I don't think it's like how it was at the
Last
first
year.
where everyone could like stand around and watch.
Yeah.
I did watch back for fun the first invitational, and it was funny watching you get. Who killed you, by the way?
I
Did you
forgot
repress the
now.
memories?
No, I just forgot who killed me.
Yeah, no, it was interesting though seeing how who's in that one
Oh,
and who's in this one. Now, but
Satellizer Games?
Analyzer Games, yeah,
I think that's who it was. Yeah.
it was nuts though. It got me excited for this one to see how it's going to turn out because they have a lot more people from the community now.
Yeah, they didn't even ask me I didn't even know it was happening till like last week. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm not cool enough anymore. I don't have the big enough numbers.
Like you were like, fuck it, I'm done with that game forever.
Yeah, but I mean, so did Summit and Lyric. But you know, when they
Yeah,
have
yeah, I
viewers,
hear
they're gonna
you.
be like, "Oh, please, we need to sell our copies. Play our game."
I think this one this time around they tried to fill out more community slots too, just because they didn't have as many last time. It was like all just kind of casters that some had never even played the game prior to that.
All right. How
They
many
were trying
is it? 64 or 32?
I think the count that I got from the schedule, what I see off the schedule, is like 53, and then I think they're having like people from qualifiers jump in
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
They did that last year. I remember.
It's probably like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 60, 63. I think it's
Yeah.
about this.
Well, cool. I'll probably be watching that if they're doing that in the main stage. I didn't look on the schedule, or at least I didn't see it in the brief skim of the schedule I did. So I'll have to look again, or at least find out where it's being streamed. So
Yeah, really
Well,
fun.
cool.
But that's what I've been up to. Check out Disc Jam, fun game.
there you go. And of course, we'll all be at TwitchCon next week. So are we gonna? I guess we could do a show next Tuesday. No one else is leaving early, right? Or no one's leaving early for TwitchCon?
No, I leave Wednesday morning.
Next Tuesday. Yeah, we should be able to.
I leave Thursday, so yeah, I'm fine.
Cool.
I leave Thursday as well.
All right. Good stuff.
Like-
Adam,
We got that sorted.
there we go. Adam, let's play some D&D.
Yeah, let's do it. So there was a funeral, but we'll get to that in a second. I think when we start, we see the town of Sufontaine in the distance. Right, we're not in the town. We see it. We see the river winding like a silver ribbon across the farmland. Moon high in the sky. The town's still got that kind of amber glow from all the candles lit along the riverside. Maybe at a distance, like we're quite far, like out in the hills. Our viewpoint, we can probably hear the funereal like gong sounding from the temple, and we can see there's a group of armored men and women. Several of them on horseback, a few on foot. One of them a little ways ahead of the group, crouched down on the edge of a rock promontory, and this person is staring out at the town. And we can't see them very well because it's dark, so they're just sort of silhouettes. We can see they have cloaks and are wearing like ring armor. And this person stands and they turn around, so we get the light of the moon on them. And we can't see their face. They've got a hood up, but we see pinning their cloak around their shoulders the same military sigil that Zafira wears. We see that sword mark. And unlike Zafira's, this one is like dented, and the paint has the enamel long worn from it. And this person walks over to the horses and looks up at one of the figures, again cloaked and hooded, so we can't see their face. And she says. Captain, they don't look terrified. There's some kind of festival going on. And the response from the figure on the horse is simply, and I suppose we must try harder. And the horse kind of like rears up a little bit and starts to turn. And the group of them begin riding down through the hills, headed south. We get one last shot of the woman who turns to look back at the at the village, and we see her face under the cloak, and we can see that she has thick white makeup on, kind of in the shape of a skull. Her eyes are dark and pitted, and we see that for a second, and she kind of scowls and gets up onto her horse and rides after her companions. So that fades out, and we hear a voice as the scene sort of fades back in on the town. We can hear the ambient sounds of the town and of the festival, people talking quietly, maybe some faint music playing somewhere. And we hear a voice shouting, magistrates, like panicky voice, people mumbling as the video comes up, and we can see the group of you, and there is a young man, maybe like 19 or 20, obviously terrified, pale with fright, and he has blood, like fresh blood on his clothes, though whether from an injury that he's sustained or from some other source we can't tell. And he's pushing his way through the crowd towards where the group of you are, outside the temple. And I think that we pan across from this person, and we see you, and you see him, and that's when kind of the session starts. So this kid comes running up to you, panting hard, covering in blood. He's obviously been running, and I think he collapses to his knees, and someone nearby shouts like, "Get the boy some water!" And like, there's a crowd kind of forming around you to see what's going on. What do you do?
The three of us are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baron, you're gonna speak, I think.
Yeah. Tell me, child, what's wrong?
So the boy looks up and says, "It's my brother, magistrates. He was," and he like points back in the town, and he says, and you can see him hesitate, like he's about to tell you the truth, and then makes up a lie. He's like, he was attacked by one of the homes, and he just points back the way he came. I came here as quickly as I could.
One of the homes? By what? What was it? One of the shades?
Yeah, he nods, as if happy for you to be filling it in for him rather than him having to say it. He says, yes, magistrate, a creature of darkness grabbed him. We heard a voice from inside and thought something might be wrong, and so went to check. And then he like looks down, and again, he's obviously like to the three of you, he's obviously covering something up. But there are the people around are like, oh my, like there's a shade out there, like, magistrates, go deal with this. But there's some other thing going on. You can definitely tell the kid's not a great liar.
There's something else to this. You do not have to tell amongst everyone else here. You can come closer if you'd like. Something is amiss.
Yeah, he looks up at you and he shakes his head and says, no, magistrate, there is nothing else. I swear it.
If you lie to me and I find out about it, you will suffer.
It does not matter. His brother will die soon, and it will be his fault. He will suffer enough. Where is he at? And I kind of like stand up and start to walk that way.
I shoot Zafira a glance like.
Yeah, the kid says, I was too afraid to turn to see. I think he's still there. The thing, it grabbed him. It's 4 houses back from the river, near the gates. And then the place isn't big. Like he doesn't have to give you like an address or a district. Like you can envision pretty much where it is. It's about, he's been running for about 20 minutes. You could get there faster because y'all are, well, Baron, you might not be able to. Everybody else, certainly.
Is there a guard nearby us?
Yeah. There's guards kind of like all around.
Okay. I go over and well, Baron, go ahead.
We have another problem as well. One of the women inside said that she left her husband at home, so not everyone was here, so that's why they didn't attack. These things are out there getting the stragglers right now. We've got to hurry.
If only these people would just listen. I go over and grab a guard and say, keep these people here. No one leaves. Yeah,
the guard nods sternly to you.
Yeah.
The only people, like the sort of murmurs have started to spread through the crowd that someone was attacked. But the guards kind of try to disperse them a little bit. They go out into the crowd and are like, everyone stay calm. Remember, this is a solemn ceremony. Please, let's have respect for the dead. And tries to like calm everybody down as an excuse. Like, well, it's a funeral. Let's not all get all gossipy and weird. But they're doing it because you were like, keep everybody under control. So, the guards go out to try to calm that down.
Yeah. Okay. I just turn to the other two and say, like, we must go. And then I start to run towards wherever the boy pointed.
Okay. Do you? I guess Velimir, you're the last one talking to him. Do you take the boy with you, or do you leave him behind?
Leave him behind.
Okay. All right.
I run with JP. Fuck. with Zafira, and Velimir says, as is running. I was trying to get more information. If we find out that there is something we missed and it costs us our lives, then it is on you.
Well, you'll die first, so it doesn't matter. Just like run ahead.
I'll see.
Awesome. All right. So so the three of you dash off, and we fade to sort of a grisly scene. There's the silver moonlight above, illuminating the courtyard of a small, like a small manor house. It's got a little wall out front, maybe a pen for keeping animals. It's got a little like observational little tower out front, an old stone tower. So this is one of the houses that was built on the ruins here. And the light from the moon and from the lanterns hanging from the front door and from the gate illuminate a body. Young boy, a little older than the one we previously saw, lying on his back in a pool of blood in the courtyard. The blood is frozen though; it's like a solid sort of sheet on the ground, and the boy has like ragged claw marks in his chest. We see that, and then we see the three of you come running up to the little like gate around the house. So you can see from where you're standing, there's a wall, like a low stone and wood wall that kind of runs around the front of the building. The building itself is 2 stories. There's a stone story and then a wooden story built on top of it. There's a little stable to one side, though you don't see or hear any horses around. And then directly down the little pathway through the yard, you see the body lying outside the doors of the house, which are hanging ajar.
Did anyone follow us, or do we see any eyes? Like, if I look around, do I see any other eyes looking out windows or anything like that?
Why don't you make a perception check?
All right.
I think I also want to do a perception as well, just to see.
Okay, so
I rolled
you
a
can.
10.
It's okay. You can. You've got help. You got an advantage.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, so you got a 19. You got an advantage.
Yeah.
No, so this is something I think like Zephyria, you got a 10. You look around, you don't see anybody watching. The houses around here are pretty dead. Pun not intended. Velimir, it occurs to you that like there's some nice houses in this area, and there's no guards around anywhere. There's no people. If you weren't such an upstanding citizen, you might consider this like a great opportunity to rob somebody because no one's home, and where's the guards?
Yeah.
So you see this kid lying on the ground. His face a rictus of terror.
But you said the blood's frozen, right?
Yes, the blood on the ground has frozen, despite the fact that it's I guess it's like slushy at the edges because it's thawing.
Gotcha.
It's like the other people that have died from these things. Their blood has been frozen on the ground.
Yeah. Zephyra.
I kind of just like turn and look at you out of the corner of my eye because I want to like make sure my eyes are also on the fight.
This boy might have been hiding something. I don't know what it is, but there are no guards around here. This is a nice area of town. Perhaps he robbed this person. Perhaps he is not the one who was here to begin with.
Well,
He was clearly hiding something. Granted, it is not super important right now, but we will deal with it.
if there's something that you see worth value, then feel free to take it. I will turn a blind eye.
This is not what I'm saying.
I am saying that you could, though.
It looks like the gods have punished these thieves in a cruel way.
I look at Velimir and say, maybe not. After Baird says that, we should check the body out, at least deal with it. And I kind of draw my sword as I say that and start walking towards it slowly.
Okay. Yeah. So the three of you approach the body lying outside the house. If there was livestock in this yard at any point, they've either been brought inside or sold or left. Like the yard's quite overgrown. The pathway from the street out to the house is clear, but only because of like foot and wagon traffic. The stable itself is empty. It doesn't look like these people have owned livestock in a while. The body, as you approach, it gives off no scent of the dead, no smell aside from perhaps the thawing pool of blood on the ground. There's no signs of footprints that you can see, just on cursory examination. But if you want to, you can take a minute to examine the body more closely or look around at the area.
Yeah, I say, Baron, this is your area of expertise.
All right, and I'll pray to Temperance for help. So Baron says a prayer of guidance to cast on himself, and then investigates the body.
Okay, sure. So, yeah, you can make an investigation roll if you're looking for like clues. You can make a medicine roll if you want to know more about the body itself. But it sounds to me like investigation is the check you want to be making.
Yeah, just sort of see if I can see what's up with the body, and maybe if signs of, make sure it was one of the shades, and also if there's any sign of where it went afterwards.
Sure.
That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, so you got 13. Roll your guidance. Let's see, 16. Yeah, not bad. All right, so it looks like the way the body has fallen. It looks like the boy opened the door, and whatever attacked him, like got him while he was still holding the handle, and he fell backwards. And he's lying basically as if he were as if he were kneeling in front of the door. He's also got something clutched in his hand. He's holding it too tightly for you to see the whole thing, but there's something in his hand. But of course, his fingers are all frozen around it. So.
Mm-hmm. It looks to me like he's clutching something. Could one of you cut it open? He's dead. I don't think he'll mind.
Yeah, I take the scimitar out and maybe just like very briskly I very briskly just like take it one slash and just cut off all the fingers.
Okay. Yeah. So there's the in the quiet of the outskirts of town, you can hear audibly the meaty thumping of fingers hitting the ground, but also a metallic clattering that Velimir, you've definitely heard before. You look down and there's a series of long, thin metal objects that the boy was holding in his hand, the ends of which some are crimped on an angle or on a bit of a zigzag. He was holding a set of lockpicks in his hand when he died.
Well, these are useful. No need for them to go to waste.
Velimir picks them up.
Got little bits of skin frozen to them.
Off of there, and we're good.
Wipe them off. Okay.
Baron, how did this boy die?
Well, it looks to me like he fell backwards out of the door. So whatever attacked him is probably still in the house.
I think this boy was a thief. I do not feel so bad for him.
These aren't prayer beads in his hands. I think we can assume that.
Did you find a location on the missing man that you were told?
Oh, I should have asked that woman. I was so startled by the boy. He distracted me.
Did she seem of royalty, or perhaps well off?
The woman. Can you remind me of the woman? Did she seem like when I saw her, that she was?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't seem like she was a farmer or anything. She had like nice clothes, maybe some jewelry, but everybody was dressed up for the funeral. So, hard to say. It might have just been the one article of clothing that she owned that was nice.
Yeah.
It's very possible that this could be the same. This could be the same house so that she left her husband in. So that's at least one other body, possibly more if they've spawned already. So we got to be very careful when we go inside here.
I look up into the sky. Where's the sun's at right now? How much daylight do we have left?
Oh, you have none. It's nighttime.
It's nighttime, right?
Oh, it's complete nighttime. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're outside right now.
Okay.
It's night.
Well, I say, well, let's just go inside. And I pull out a torch because nothing's lit inside, right? There's no torches or sconces or anything.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I light a torch and have my my shield up and start to walk in.
Okay.
I want to stealth in though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I'll try to stealth as much as we can.
Okay, so Zafira, if you carry a light source into the house,
stealth.
It'll be very difficult. Yeah, anyone inside will see the light, even if they don't necessarily hear you.
Yeah, stealth.
Well, I'll walk in. I at least want to go into the door stealth, and then if it's dark, I'll make a decision then.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna stealth in general as well. And I
Sure. There's a little foyer out front, and yeah, you can see from here. The only source of light is your torch. The house lies empty and quiet and seems unlit.
Okay. Well, fuck. Baron doesn't need this. I turn to Valimir and say, "I am useless without light. Perhaps you go first. I wanted to help you in this endeavor, but it is not easy when you cannot see."
I understand. I will go first.
I think I should, because these things, if they pop up, my magic is the most effective against it.
A good point. And as far as I know, you are good at seeing when it is dark as well.
And my friend, every time you've gone in first, things have not always gone your way.
Go ahead. Be the meat shield.
Just be careful and stay away from him. He is not the quietest man I've ever met, nor the quietest dwarf. I kind of like laugh a little bit. And,
Try your best, Baron, to be quiet.
yeah,
Not like
motion
I
after
can
him.
stealth very well anyways.
It's cool, Dan. You can be the rogue and the tank and the healer. That's fine. Just
Do it all, Dan.
Yeah. Y'all can go back to the end. I got this.
yeah. All right. It's the Baron show. So so Baron, you're gonna go in first.
I'm gonna go in first as stealthily as I can.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
The
Perfect.
4 is about what I expected in the situation.
Yeah.
Think of the armor as I walk along.
I kind of just roll my eyes and say, "Ben, this isn't."
All right. So, Zafira, do you want to stay in the foyer of the house, or do you want to go back outside?
Well, what is Valimir doing?
That's a good question.
Baron just went in first, yeah?
Yes.
Valimir's like right here behind. He's also attempting to stealth.
Okay. Well, since I can see outside, I'll stay right here by the door and just guard this general area,
Okay.
or at least look at that general area.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you keep an eye on the yard, and make sure nobody comes up from behind, guarding the rear flank. Baron, yeah, go ahead and head into the building there. The first main room after the foyer seems to be like a dining room. It looks like this room has a large table taking up the center of it. A bunch of chairs, and there's probably like a bunch of cabinets up on one wall that contain dishware, pewter, like urns, the kinds of things that you would use to serve a meal to a large family. But at a glance, I mean, you have just the dim light of the room, and you have everything in your sort of dark vision, sort of shades of gray. Mm-hmm. You can still tell, though, that this room doesn't seem to get much use. The end of the table, the far end of the table, is clear, and the chairs there seem much more worn than the rest of the chairs. The rest of the chairs have like a layer of dust on them, as does the table itself. And the centerpiece on the table, there's a statue of like a stone statue of two elephants holding up like a flower pot. There's no flowers in the centerpiece. It doesn't look like it's been used in some time.
So it looks like someone uses the end chair a lot, but doesn't really care for anything else in the room very much.
They don't seem to have much company, whoever it is that lives here.
Okay. Yeah. I guess Baron will he looks around the room. He doesn't see anything out of the like at first, so and then he will slowly, I guess, glide along the wall to peek in the next doorway on the left.
Sure. Yeah. So there's 3 ways, I guess 4 ways, including the way you came in. 3 ways you can leave this room. There's a door to your immediate left when you come in, just along the wall, and then one on the corner to it. And both of these they have they're just like archways. They have no actual physical door. You can see through the one ahead of you into another room that looks like a kitchen or a pantry or both. You can see across there's a shelf with cooking supplies on it, but can't see much more in that room. For now, you don't hear or see anything. No signs of life in this place.
Okay. So I guess Baron doesn't hear or see anything. But he's still on his guard, looking at as cautiously as he can, and he peeks around into the doorway over here.
Okay. So this room that you see on this side, immediately to your right, there's a chest that one would store clothes in. On top of it, there's an old polished brass plate that one would use as a mirror, but it's quite dusty. There are some bottles of perfume and other sort of cosmetic items sitting on the table, and the walls are fairly bare. There's maybe a painting of like a mountain range that doesn't look familiar to you hanging on one wall. And then to your left, you see, as you kind of pan around the room, there are two beds. They're not like the kinds of beds you had at the monastery. These are quite nice. Big cushy mattresses and fine blankets. And there is somebody crouched on one of the beds. You see his pale, emaciated shape. He's naked and thin. His skin kind of sallow, and he's like hunched over. He's got his feet up on the bed and his knees up against his chest. He's hunched over and he's like grunting and like snarling, and you can hear like a wet kind of like tearing noise as he like chews on something. When you come around the corner, he turns his head, and you see the blood-splattered face of an old man. He's holding like a dead rat or something, which he's like chewing on. His eyes are a dull sort of mustard yellow, and his teeth are all either filed or broken, like they're all jagged. And he looks up at you and bares his teeth at you and hisses. And that's when the shadow hits you from the other side.
Oh dear God.
So when you come into the room, you see. Let me make these so you can see him. You see, there's a shadow, and then there's this like scary naked old man on the bed, and then the shadow, just comes like swirling up out of the darkness next to you.
When Baron sees this guy, does it remind him of the creatures he saw in the town way at the beginning of our campaign?
You can make a perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Perception.
Nice. 23.
Damn.
Crit. No, I mean, yes, in that it doesn't appear like no. There's something of the undead about this thing for sure. I mean, people eat rats sometimes, but there's something else about this creature, and it's not so much the way he looks as there's a feral intelligence about him that you didn't see in those other creatures. You also notice, I guess, right before the shadow gets all up on your business, there's a faint, like a sweet kind of like peach scent in the air, like peach blossom scent that you notice. You're like, that's on you, and then there's darkness all on you.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. Lovely.
So the shadow, the shade is attacking from surprise. It's attacking from stealth, so it's got advantage on you. But it doesn't help. Yeah, you're able to. I got an 11, so you're able to get your shield up in time as the creature attempts to crawl past it and attack you. Let's roll initiative, because I assume you're gonna shout for help and alert your friends.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We all rolling initiative?
Let me clear the order. You'll get to roll.
Maybe when I hear.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, well, Baron got a 21, so we'll see.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, let me.
I mean, I'm in the doorway, but I don't necessarily know because it's in the other room, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Once Velma hears some noise or whatever, any reason to jump, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I think you'll get to go on the next round, because Baron will alert you on his turn, and then you'll roll after that turn goes. So Baron, it's your turn. You have a quick reaction. You get that shield up in time. The thing, the shadow attacks you, and then you have an opportunity to do something. What would you like to do?
First thing, Baron will shout to Velimir and Saphira. The creatures are in here. I need your help. So shout to them first. Then it and the shadow is in melee range.
Yeah.
I think I'll go ahead and put my weapon away. Get out my holy symbol and cast a sacred flame at him.
Okay.
For 4.
All right, let's take a look. So I get a 20 on my save. So
yes,
yeah, you conjure up Temperance's fire, thrust it into the face of the creature, but it dodges out of the way, and your fire has no effect. Now you can attempt to run if you like, or fall back, but if you do, it'll get a free shiny. So you just want to hold your ground.
Baron decides that it's tactically strategic to stay where he is and tank the shadow and hope that his friends come as quickly as possible.
All right. Okay. All right. So the shadow will continue its attack on you.
For some reason, Baron got taken out of the order. FYI.
No, he's still there.
Oh, I don't see him. Maybe because he's not on screen. Maybe.
Yeah, you can't see him, so you don't know what his order is. Okay.
Interesting.
So the shadow continues to attempt to get at you, but it can't do so. You're holding your ground. I mean, against that shadow anyway. Yeah, another one forms up behind you, and it makes an attack as well. So you feel its presence like a cold wind blowing against your back. And I get a crit on that one. So you feel its icy hands wrap around your throat, and it deals you 17 damage. So that's happening to you. And your strength is reduced by 2. You feel your life force ebbing away as this creature saps your strength, and then the hissing old man corpse leaps off of the bed, throwing himself at you, tooth and claw, and he gets 17. Well, that would have been another crit if he had advantage.
Thank God he didn't have advantage.
God!
A crit at the health you're at now, might have just outright killed you. So you're lucky. So he narrowly misses you. I think the thing is, you don't even have a chance to defend yourself necessarily. It's just the strength of your armor. He scrabbles his claws against your chest plate and then tries to bite your neck, but your gorget protects you. So he's the last one in the turn order. So Velimir and Zafira, you can now roll your initiative and act on this.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, Velimir.
All right. Yeah, let's do this.
Nice.
Was it good? Was it good, guys?
No,
Or-
you got a
A
4. So there's that.
Why do we stuck
I rolled a
in
20.
There you go.
Good stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah. So Zafir, you got a 20. That's much better. Let me resort the order here. Okay. So Baron, you are surrounded by foes. Nowhere to go. You can't go back. Can't go forward. What are you gonna do?
I'm turning undead. I've got to turn undead right now.
That's an AoE spell, right?
Yeah, it'll hit all 3 of them.
And that does good shit. It makes them flee or some
They
shit,
have
right?
to run away from me.
3 of them? There's 2, right?
No,
No, there's
3.
There's 3. There's 2 shadows and the withered old man.
Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah. So I have to make a save for each of them, I think, with a DC of 13. Let's see. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Okay. So as an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censuring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. All right. Old man, wisdom saving throw, DC 13. The old man repelled by your magic. The shadow the first is also
11.
repelled.
One more.
Come on.
The next shadow Is not. So the shadow behind you, the one with his hands around your throat, is not turned away by your magic. So Zafira, you turn at the sound of your comrade shouting, and yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, I guess I light up a torch and fucking start running in there.
Okay.
So let me see here. That's 20 feet, so I'll run like right here. I'll run 10 feet in, so I've got another 30. Whoops, my mouse just died. And then right here in front of me is where I see this fight.
Yes, yeah, you can see a shadowy form kind of like hanging off of Baron's back.
Okay. Yeah, If I just drop a torch, there's no... Is that an action?
No, you can just let go of the torch. Taking your shield off your back would be a move. Like
Well,
you'd have to
I had my shield already. But I had shield and then I had a torch in right hand.
Oh, so you don't have your sword out.
I don't have my sword out, yeah.
Yes, yeah, torch and shield.
So yeah, I want to run up here, drop my torch.
Okay. All right.
And then like sit there with the shield and say like...
Sure. So the floor is hard and dry. I think there's probably just like a 1 in 6 chance the torch goes out when you drop it.
Oh boy.
So let's see if I get a 1. Actually, I'll let you roll it. Roll a d6. If you get a 1, the torch goes out.
Great. Fantastic. 2.
Okay. All right. So
I drop it. I'm just like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, we're good. Hey, Baron, how's it going? I got the torch. It's on the ground. We're good.
There's a torch lying at your feet. Let me drop one in for you.
I like picturing that.
Yeah, there's a moment where it falls in slow motion, like guttering like a birthday candle. Okay, there you go.
And that would be my bonus action for the round, would be dropping that, right? So I couldn't rage. Actually, these guys do necrotic damage. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they do necrotic damage. So. Okay. So there you go. Cool. All right. So the shadows are gonna go. Let me just fix your light aura here.
Sounds good.
Okay. Cool. All right. So the shadows, I think they're both gonna just attack Baron. They got you on the ropes. Oh yeah, that's right. One of them has to run away from you. So this one, that one will flee. So the shadow in front of you, turns and flees, screeching towards the wall. And when it hits the stone of the wall, it seeps through the brick and disappears on the other side. And then the old man howls in undead terror and flees to the corner of the room, hissing and like scratching at the floor as though trying to like burrow its way out.
Do we get an attack of opportunity?
No. If you force someone to move, it doesn't trigger an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Okay. So that means that the only other shadow to act is the one behind Baron. So it's going to attack you. And I get an 18.
How much HP do you have?
Baron takes 10 damage.
2 HP.
Oh, you're down.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck.
down.
And your strength is reduced by an additional 2.
Does that cancel turn undead?
It does, yes. Yeah, because you're no longer preying. Keep the creatures at bay.
Jesus.
All right. So as Baron, I guess actually that means that the ghoul doesn't flee because it wasn't his turn. So let me just mark Baron. The ghoul is going to climb over Baron and go after Zafira.
Does he make his death save now? Or
No, he makes it
turn?
on his turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Zafira, you've got this shadow in front of you that just drags Baron to the ground and is sort of sapping his life force. And then that's when the old man, which I guess you're seeing for the first time, leaps over Baron's body and attacks you.
Okay.
So like wizened old man, probably like 90, covered in like liver spots, totally naked, his face and hands soaked with vermin blood, and then he leaps at you, hissing and spitting. And he gets an 8. So you're able to defend yourself because then you got your shield up. It's just like clawing against you and getting mad that you're alive and he's not.
Right.
Velimir, what do you want to do? You hear a lot of confusing sounds coming from inside.
The fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Velimir is gonna go inside here. I did roll initially a 16 on stealth.
Mm-hmm.
So would this be would I get sneak attack or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, you can enter hidden.
Yeah, that's what Velimir does, and then firing off, I guess, a crossbow bolt at this guy right here who's fucking bearing up.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right then.
You get an 8. Or if you had advantage, you would have gotten an 8. So you miss. You fire your crossbow past Zafira. It maybe just goes through the shadow and clatters on the stone.
Velimir is here as well.
Velimir is officially a participant. Okay. Before we get, we're back at the top of the order. So before we get Baron to make his death save or any of that business, let's take a short break.
Yeah, let's consider.
Am I gonna be able? Can you do a medicine check in combat?
Yeah, sure.
But that's only gonna stabilize, right? It's not gonna bring him up.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be useless.
Because we are not healers and we have our healer that has gone down.
Does he get up on a 20 medicine check? The only way he gets up here is if he rolls
no.
a 20 on his death save, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Hey, it's been done.
Yeah, well, yeah, this might be our end though as well. Anyways, we're gonna take a break. We'll come back and go into the second hour, maybe even the final hour here of Court of Swords, whatever week it is. We'll be right back. We'll see you guys then.
Oh fuck.